Hola, por caso que no hablas inglés, tú puedes checar la versión española en la descripción. La única diferencia entre esta versión y la versión española es las animaciones y bromas, pero la información debe ser la misma. Ciao. Before I start this video, hope that this is the correct version of Geometry Dash 1.0. I have seen Geometry Dash in 1.8 and bought it in 1.9, so I don't know how accurate any version before 1.8 was. But this version, so far, seems to be the agreed upon version of 1.1. So I hope you take this with a grain of salt if there is more information. Zeta! Where is the English version? Calm down, Nova. I said I will have it for you, eh? On August 13, 2013, Robotech released Geometry Dash for iOS and Android. Being a horizontal, musical, side-scroller, plataforma. Being a horizontal side-scroller, musical platformer that it is today, originally Geometry Dash was intended to be a game similar to Super Mario Bros., but it got more inspiration from the Impossible Game, Bit Trip Run, and Super Meat Boy. Though I personally think that this game is inspired by the Impossible Game more than any other game mentioned here, this game was also completed in 4 months, which I don't know what that means from a program standpoint, but that is really fast compared to how long 2.2 is taking right now. Geometry Dash 1.0 started with the first 7 levels being Stereo Madness, Back on Track, Poltergeist, Tryouts, Base Outer Base, Can't Let Go, and Jumper. Zeta, was that really necessary? Hey Nova, it was necessary. I need to make those first 7 levels sound more cool and sound hedgehoggy. Hedgehoggy? What, Zeta? Let's just roll with it, Nova. Is it one of those things that you do at night during 3 a.m.? Really, Nova? Let's just move on with this. One big surprise in 1.0 that new players may find odd is that Back on Track was considered normal, Poltergeist was hard, Tryout and Base After Base was harder, and Can't Let Go and Jumper were considered insane. Man, I guess this shows that levels were considered a lot more difficult at the time, and it's also very interesting to see. Another thing to mention is that the pause menu is a little different. Instead of having the volume and the sound buttons be adjustable, they were simply switched on or off, and the auto checkpoint is a button rather than a check mark. There isn't a progress bar nor an information box. Lastly, a small detail on the ship has a shadow. The icon kit didn't have many characters and colors at the time. It had 30 different icons, no customizable ship, and 34 colors. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to make my iconic icon without white. This is before 1.1, and I'm not going to jump 10,000 times for Yellow Eater, which really isn't worth it at all. Just not. Sorry mate, it really isn't worth it for this video. At least maybe for now. Geometry Dash 1.0 only had up to 4 stats about the player. Additionally, Geometry Dash 1.0 only had 4 user menu boxes. The featured and searching boxes don't work anymore, and the search boxes had the initial 6 difficulty ratings, of them being NA. Why'd I say NA? NA, or not applicable, easy, normal, hard, harder, and insane. The save box was used to save levels. Maybe it was the case during 2013. And the create box, or the more common name, level editor, was used to create levels. To explain more about this feature, it had up to 36 blocks, and there wasn't a limit in the editor unlike the later versions of Geometry Dash. There wasn't other features like triggers or copy paste either, which appears to be that making the levels would be harder back then. Despite this, you can still make a fun level with this version of Geometry Dash. Unfortunately, when I tried to adjust the background and ground colors, Geometry Dash reset it and I lost everything. I don't know if this was a bug back then or if it was a problem in this APK file, but it sucked nonetheless. After all of this, this ends our tour of Geometry Dash 1.0. Though this version is very old, this is pretty much what Geometry Dash was fundamentally all about. Now it is time for Robotech to build on this foundation of this very awesome game. See you on the next tour. Ciao. Zeta again and his so-called antics. Nova, please stop appearing like this. This is not the time yet. Speaking about time, we should actually enter that machine.